Hello, it's Cisvolk. Time to enjoy card making with me. Today I'm going to make cards with these lovely Christmas ornaments from Alina's shop. When you get them they are connected, but you can easily break them off and cut them loose with a pair of pliers. I also use this background stamp with snowflakes. In this video I will show you how to use it without a stamp tool. I've had this icicle stamp for a while. You can not only use the die cut part, but also the piece that is left over after die cutting. And here you see a stamp set that you can use all year round. There are also some Christmas texts on it. I use black and red ink, silver wire and glitter. And the most important thing is double-sided adhesive sheet. They come in a set of 10 pieces in A4 format. All products are listed in the description below this video. To start with, I take a whole sheet of double-sided adhesive and a whole sheet of 250 grams smooth paper. I peel off one corner of the double-sided adhesive. And place the other corner on the paper. When it's in the right place, I glue the corner in place and then carefully pull off the backing piece by piece and press the adhesive sheet in place. This is the easiest way to turn a piece of paper into a piece of sticker paper, which is easy for die cutting. The size of my card is 10.5 by 14.8 centimeters. That's an A6 size, and that's 4.8 times 5.8 inches. I cut a strip of paper that's adhered with double-sided adhesive to the same width as my card and 4.5 centimeters high. I make it sticky on the other side as well by sticking double-sided adhesive on this side too. If you stick it this way, you don't waste so much. I save this piece for later. So this piece is glued on both sides. I save the backing piece for later, and this piece is stickered on one side. I peel off one side of the double stickered sided paper. Unfortunately, when I made this video, I did not have any glitter from Alina's shop, but Alina also sells them in different colors. I sprinkle a little black glitter over it, and then some transparent glitter. Using the backing paper, I spread the glitters and press them on well. Look how beautiful it looks up close. I think it's so cool to make my own glitter paper. I will now use this glittered strip to die cut the icicles. I will leave a small piece on the top edge and the rest on the bottom edge. I'm going to use all three parts, so don't throw anything away. I use the stocking, the round Christmas ornament and the bell and cut them out of a piece of paper that I have stuck to one side with the double-sided adhesive. You can see how easy it is to detach the dies from each other. With a piece of pliers it's easy to break the connections. After die cutting, I carefully remove the die in this way so that the adhesive remains stuck to the image. I will leave the backing on. I die cut them all twice. The bell is the hardest part with all those little parts, so I glue it back on the backing as best as I can. As a card base, I am using an A6 size card. On this I want to stamp the square background snowflake stamp. I could use my stamping tool for this, but it's also possible to do without. I want to leave the upper and lower part white. With my stamp next to it, I measure the width of the part of the stamp that I want to ink. I want to glue icicles on the upper and lower part of the card. I ink the stamp exactly where I want the ink to be on the card. For this I use a light grey ink from Card Deco. Now I place my card panel on the stamp and press it firmly. Take care not to move the paper. I use Dreaming of a White Christmas for the text. I stick the stamp on a clear block. I can see from the lines on my work surface whether it is straight. If you do not have a worksheet with lines, you can also use a checkered paper. Using Alina's archival ink, I stamp this text directly onto the bottom part of the card, but high enough so that the icicles can still be placed underneath. Press the stamp straight and with even pressure. Try not to wobble. I now carefully pull off the parts of the icicle die. Make sure you save everything, we will need it all. I put the die with the die cut part in it without any backing protection upside down. Now I can see exactly where I can stick it, at the bottom of the card. With my carving tool, I can now press the parts of the die and detach them from the die. This is a patient job. Take care that the icicles do not tear off. I now take one of the die-cut white ornaments. I want to color this white ornament with red ink. This is the rosy color ink from Alina. The backing from the die-cut has come loose and I don't want the die to stick to my glass plate. Therefore I use the yellow backing paper that I had left over from the big sheet as a background. I first wipe my brush on the sheet to get a nice distribution of the ink. Now I carefully wipe the ink on the circle ornament from the outside in, with sweeping movements. I smear more ink on the edges and almost no ink in the middle of the circle ornament. This gives it dimension. I used the white loose particles from the die-cut paper on another Christmas ornament in a craft color. I do the same for the bell and the stocking. For the stocking, I cut off the outer white edge. Now I stick the colored part onto the other white die cut. And I repeat this for the other ones. Now I take a silver colored thread with a thin needle. I thread the ornaments onto the wire while the backing is still on the sticker. I make the wire wide enough so that the ornaments all seem to hang from a loop. I attach this with pieces of double-sided 3mm tape. I don't want the tape to be visible and under the icicles, so I attach it quite high. Now that I know for sure how I like the ornaments, I attach them to the card. If I were to make this card again, I would first stick them in the right place and then attach the thread, as it was quite a struggle to handle this curling thread. I attach an additional strip of double-sided tape to the upper edge of the card. Now I attach the large piece of icicle to the top edge of the card. So first I place it on the part that still has the protective foil, and when it's in place I only press it down and then pull the backing away. And now we make the envelope. I'm also going to stamp on it. I ink a part of the stamp again with the same light grey ink. And on this I press the envelope. I carefully rub the whole surface with my finger, making sure the paper does not slide. Now I stick the last remainder of the icicles on top and press it firmly with a bone folder. I am happy with the result. I would like it if you give a thumbs up if you like this card too. It's nice that I was able to work with glitter for this card. The double-sided adhesive works really well. It's also handy to use the background stamp without an extra stamping tool for once. I also made a completely different card with the die-cut elements. I tried different ways of sticking the little pieces on. In the end, it's best if you die cut in such a way that the pieces stay in the die cut. For me, one cut without extra paper or extra plate was enough. I cut 2 squares out of white and craft cardstock. You see how I stick it on here. The smallest square has double-sided adhesive on the back. Now I stick the same shape that I die cut out before with white paper in the remaining opening. Then I carefully put the craft paper die cut back over this form without the backing paper. And then I press in the openings of the die cut form so that the little shapes will stick in the right place. This carving tool is ideal for poking in the tiny holes without damaging the paper. I use the larger one for creasing my cardstock and the bigger one for puffing up flowers. The remaining part with the craft paper is easy to remove and I can use it on my envelope or on another project. Pieces that you want to keep for later, you can stick on the bigger backing pieces that you kept. I tried to do the bell and the stocking in the same way, but I had to use a needle to glue the very small pieces of the bell and the stocking in by hand, because they did not stay in the die cut piece like I did with the circle Christmas decoration. But this puzzling was fun to do for a change. I decorated the envelope with an extra die cut of the Christmas circle element. If you press the image with a bone folder extra firmly, the image will remain in place, even in the mail. Here you can also see a shaker card that I made with dies from the same set and a snow globe. I punched out the snow globe several times to make it thick enough to hold the sequins. I stamped the background with the same background stamp and transparent embossing powder. I used the house, the snowman and the snowflake. And on the other card the bell, the circle shape and stocking. And I decorated the envelope with the snowflakes. The snowflakes that I cut out of the strip on the front, I stuck to the back. Check out all my cards on Instagram. New cards will be posted there first. You can also follow me on Facebook and Pinterest. I hope you will follow me on my YouTube channel. It will help me to make more cards for Alina's shop. Don't forget the big sale at Alina's shop on AliExpress. Products that you place in your shopping basket before November 11th can be bought at a discount on the 11th and 12th of November. The products I used to make these cards are described in the description below. When you use my links, I get a small commission for them that costs you nothing extra. Please feel free to ask me any questions you have. I like sharing tips and tricks and I like to see you in the next video. So be sure to click on the subscribe button and the bell button below. See you next time. Bye bye.